Vaheguru, 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 Guru, Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru. वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। महाराज कृपा बच्चे भगत प्रहलाद जी दी गल कर रहे थे, and such a coincidence that we have a same shabad with us. Prahlad ji was an inspiration, is an inspiration for everybody, not just for the kids. Because such a he was from a Asur Jat clan. If you know about Devi Devtas and Asurs, like this is a Hindu mythology. But Asurs were demons, and the angels, they always had a problem with them. But Harnakash did a lot of bhakti, as you all know, and he got a boom, kind of, that he cannot die. Nobody can kill him. He wanted that wish to be granted by Vaiguruji. In Hindu texts, you will see it as Vishnu, but it was Vaiguruji, and Vaiguruji said, okay, I cannot tell you that you cannot die because everybody has to die. But then he said, okay, I want to ask something else. He said, nobody should come and kill me from the sky, from the ground, under the ground. Nobody should be able to kill me. And that's a high level story, but we'll go straight to the point. Maharaj says here, that put karam taram kich sanjam na pada duja pao na jane. That put, Maharaj is talking about Prahlad, that put as in the son of Harnakash. Guru Pyareo, sometimes karam and taram is good, right? Karam and taram as in the religious rituals. Sometimes it is good a little bit. But sometimes they become a blocker. And that's why we all know when somebody came to Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj and he said, which is the best religion, which is the best taram? Maharaj said, Sarab taram mein shresh taram, har ko naam jap nirmal karam. That is, even the nirmal karam is Vaiguruji's Simran. Maharaj is here telling us that put karam taram kich sanjam na jane. Jap, tap, sanjam, right? With so many religious rituals that has been going on forever. What does sanjam? Sanjam of indris, right? Controlling your indris. And all the yogis and siddhas, they used to do physical methods to control their senses, indris. Maharaj says that put karam taram kich sanjam na pada duja pauna jane. There was no duality. He was kind of born as a saint. Bhagat Prahlad ji was born like a saint, right? He had a guru, physical guru also. Narad was a guru of Bhagat Prahlad ji. And Bhagat Prahlad ji told him that you have to worship only one Vaiguru, Nirankar, formless Vaiguru. Because in those days, Harnakash declared that from today onwards, nobody can worship Vaheguru. Everybody has to worship me. And anybody who was found to worship Vaheguru, they were killed. And we have seen in the present world also, there were so-called socialist communist countries where people were not allowed to worship. They were not freely allowed. We are fortunate that we live in these countries where you can worship one Vaheguru. And that Vaheguru Ji is in everybody. But just think about it, that whosoever is even trying to do a meditation or a Simran, if he's not saying Harnakash, 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 if they are saying Ram, 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 or something else, they would be killed. Because they were only allowed to chant Harnakash. We are very lucky, Guru Pyare. We don't understand the value of the things which has been given to us. And all the things, they gave the Shahidi, and there's a mistake. People sometimes, they don't understand this. The Singhs gave the Shahidi to protect the Gurbani Guru. Because Gurbani Guru was liberating us. Because Gurbani Guru will take us to the Anhad Bani. There's only one way to go to the Anhad Bani. That the Bani, which is coming directly from Vaheguru, that Anhad Bani, if we want to reach to that Anhad Bani, if we want to connect to this Anhad Bani, it has to come from Gurbani. By showing the Gurbani Guru shows us that path. Gurbani Guru is a physical Satguru which we have, because it's in words, it's physical, right? Bani Guru, Guru hai Bani, which Bani Amrit Sare. Why Maharaj says Amrit Sare? Because it has a way to connect. Maharaj says that put karam taram kich sanjam na padaya, duja pao na jane. This is what Maharaj is telling us also. That even that put Prahlad ji understood that if we will start getting into these karam and taram, these rituals, this society bondages, what will happen? ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੇ ਬਣਾਏ ਨਾ ਰਿਚੁਅਲਸ, ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ, ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ, don't do this, do this, right? You know, I had a friend, they never used to eat meat on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I said, what is the difference between the other days? Nobody had an answer, because people are doing things just because somebody told them that karam and taram. That's why we call it a karam kant. They're doing karam kant. That's the same thing. But Prahlad ji was such a pure soul. Maharaj says that put karam taram kich sanjam na pada, duja pao na jane. He didn't knew all these rituals. He didn't knew that I have to do something to control this. But then he met Narad, and Narad told him that you can jap Har, you can jap Ram, you can jap Nirankar Vaheguru, the formless Vaheguru. You don't have to chant on Harnakash. Because he could see that if Harnakash will see anybody chanting anything, that person was getting killed. And he said, what kind of a God is this, who is so angry God, who kills everybody? Is he really a God? He said, even I am not like him. How come God is so cruel? That's why he realized that he was not a God. Harnakash was not a God. Because what is the qualities of God? The first quality is love, pyar. That's why Maharaj says in the next line, Satgur petiye nirmal hua anadem na vakhane. Unne fir japna shuru karta. Whatever Gurmantar Narad ji gave him, some people say Narad ji gave him Har Har, and it comes in Gurbani also. Har jug jug bhagat upaya, paj rakhdaya Ram Raji. Har nakhash dusht har marya, Prahlad taraya. Ankariya nindka pitde, naam deo mukhlaya. Right? So some people says it was Har Har, some people says it's Ram Ram. But at the end of the day, the Guru Mantra was given to him by Narad. Narad was his physical guru. But when he started jumping the Naam, he recognized the Satguruji inside him. That's why there's Satguru here. Maharaj is putting a onkad, as in the singular, inside Satguru, the invisible Satguru, the Nirankar. Satguru petiya, nirmal hua. His mind anyway was very pure, but when he started jumping Naam, he experienced the Vaiguruji inside him. He couldn't see him, he could experience him. Another Naam Khane, how day and night he was busy in doing Vah Guru, Vah Guru, Vah Guru. For us, Vaiguru is Guru Mantra. Vah Guru, Har, Rama, right? Every day and night. And this is what we have to learn from here. That no matter whatever the odds are, because sometimes there are members in the Sangat, when they start doing the Simran, their spouse will become angry. Their spouse will get upset. They'll say, what are you doing? Why you are doing the Simran? Why you are wasting your time? They will say that. Whenever something like that happens in your family, don't say anything to them. Just remember the odds of Prahlad. His father, his real father, was stopping him to doing some Simran. And he said, you have to chant my name. But Prahlad ji understood. What did he do? Eko pada, eko nao buja, duja varna jane. He didn't recognize anything else other than one. Eko hai ji, eko hai. Sahib mera, eko hai. And that eko is for everyone. Whether you are of whatever caste. Asur caste was called that they are demons. They look ugly. They look like demons, right? That's why they were called Asur. That eko pada, eko nao buja, duja avarna jane. Eko pada. Only understand one. Only take a wisdom of one. Eko nao buje. Naam nu bujna. That naam which is inside us. Kende Maharaj, in the next Shabad, Maharaj is saying, Kende Khat darshan yogi sannyasi bin gur param pulaye. Kende there are many thoughts, the many, actually, in the translations it come about the different thoughts, school of thoughts. But actually, yogis, if you will, if you know about the yogi culture, they tell you to put the dhyan in the She Chakra, the 6 chakras of your body. Because when you put a dhyan on a chakra, they say that chakra will start opening up and you can move forward. And they believe that there are 6 chakras and the 7th chakra is a crown chakra. And when you go to the 7th chakra, it's called a crown chakra and you meet God. But there are 7 school of thoughts also in India, like Siddhas, Yogis, Jangams. They had different rituals. Even Buddhists and Jains are also coming in that 6 school of thoughts within the Hinduism, within the Sannyatan Dharam, as in the old Dharam. They had 6 different school of thoughts. But it says, does not matter whether you are doing a chakra meditation, whether you believe in a particular school of thought, you still need to recognize the Satguruji, Vaiguruji inside you. Vaiguruji is sitting inside us in the form of Jyot, and that is what we call Satguruji. Bin Gur Param Pulaye. Bar ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤੇ ਵੇਖੋ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕੀਤੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਨੇ. First, everybody used to search a physical guru outside. But Guru Nanak Dev Ji started writing the Bani. He said, Turki Bani ai, tin sagli chint mitai. And then Guru Gobind Singh Ji gave us the full Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, Aad Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. He said that from today onwards, you have to depend on the Gurbani Guru from outside. But outside Gurbani is telling us, is giving us the wisdom of the inside Guru. Till the time we don't have the outside Guru, as in Tan Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, till the time we don't take a guidance, till the time we don't on the walk on the path, we will be in param, in the doubts. And params are the biggest problem. You know, we should ask the basic questions to us whenever we are doing any ritualistic thing, right? For example, I'm not gonna name it, but in Sikhism also, a lot of people says Sikhs can do chatka. When I was growing up, I always had this question: why chatka is okay and halal is not okay? Because if it is not okay, it is not okay because there is a reason, because we are killing an animal. That makes sense to me, right? Because we are showing the cruelty there. I totally understood that part from childhood. But then I didn't understood, if somebody eats meat, why can't they eat halal, but they can eat chatka? Then I started doing the research at a very young age, started doing the research. And I found a connection between the balis. You know what bali is? It's like an offering, animal offering. In the name of God, people offer the animals to their deities. Same thing happens in Christianity also, right? Same thing happens in Hinduism also. And that is called Bali. However, the kings, the royal kings in those days, they used to do shikar. They used to hunt animals and eat. So there were only two forms. There was nothing called chatka. In the history, there was nothing called, either it was a Bali, offering meat, or it was a shikar. This is a made up stuff. That chatka thing is a made up stuff. There is nothing like that. So what has happened is Maharaj has taken us out of these rituals. Why we are discussing this, I'm not going to focus more, because Maharaj took us out of these rituals and we are going back in those rituals. We have seen in different gurdwaras all over India, they do animal offerings in the name of Vaheguru. But what we have to learn from Prahlad ji, very young age, he didn't understood this. He was not into this. Karam taram kich sanjam na pade, duja pao na jane. He didn't knew. He was not into this duality. Problem comes when we are confused in our mind. Just like me, I was confused. Why people are doing this? Why can we eat chatka? Why can't we eat halal? These are all rituals, Guru Pyare. The game of Sikhism is Jao to prem khelan ka chao, sir tar tari gali meri aao. We have to put our ego away. It's pyar for Vaheguru. When we give our head in front of Panj Pyare, what are we doing? We are saying from today onwards, I'm leaving my own mat, my own wisdom, and I'm taking the wisdom of Tan Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. So if I have to leave my own wisdom, how come I am making more and more rituals? How come we are getting involved in more and more rituals? So even this is a self-introspection for all of us here. If we are doing rituals, think about it, which rituals? Because these rituals will create a problem. In spirituality, Vaheguruji has only one rule, and that rule is of love. That rule is of love. Jin prem kiyo, tin hi prab payo. When you do love, then what happens? Then your mind has to become nirmal. Physical body, we take a shower every day. We can make ourselves nirmal from the physical body every day by taking a bath. But the question is our mind nirmal? And Maharaj says, how can our mind be nirmal? Satgur seva ta gatmit pave har jiyo man vasaye. till the time Vaiguruji will not come in our mind, till the time we will not do the Simran Benti, till the time we will not connect with the Anhad Bani. Till the time we will not Anhad Bani, how can we connect with Anhad Bani? Maharaj says, Anhad Bani, Gur Shabad Jani. Anhad Bani, if we want to connect with the Anhad Bani, it has to come through the Gur Shabad. What is Gur Shabad? Gur Shabad is 1430 angs of Tan Tan Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj and the Gur Mantar. We have to take a wisdom of Tan Tan Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, and what we have to do? Va Guru, Va Guru, Va Guru. Then we can read to the Anhad Bani. That is the true seva of Satguru. Satgur seva ta gat mit pai, ta gat mit pave har jio man vasai. Without doing the seva, first seva is through tongue and ears by chanting gaviye suniye man rakhiye pao, and then the second seva is by listening. Sun sun naam tumhara pritam prabh pekhan ka chao. When we will listen to that Anhad Bani, more and more we will listen, our mind will go more and more nirmal. Sachi Bani, that's Anhad Bani Maharaj is talking about. Sachi Bani syo chit lag gaya. Kehde jira chit lag gaya na, if our consciousness, if our mind will connect with this Anhad Bani, this Sachi Bani, आवन जान रहा है. अगर तुहाडे गुरु प्यारो अनहद बाणी प्रगट हो गई है ना, if the Anhad Bani, because Anhad Bani is in everybody, if it is there, then that means, and if you are listening to that, and then day and night, if you are listening to that Anhad Bani, that means you will be mukhat. You will come out of the life and death. You will become mukti. You will become mukhat. Sachi Bani स्यों चित्त लग गए, जिदा भी चित्त लग जाएगा, आवन जान रहाए खत्म. We will come out of the cycle of life and death. Reincarnation will go away. That's a first mukti. That's a first liberation. Life and death is gone. But does that mean we will merge in Vaheguru? Not so fast, Guru Pyare. Not so fast. That's why we have to understand, and there is something called a Dev Lok. People mostly in the Dev Lok, they will easily not come back to the earth. What we have to do is, if agar sada chit lag gaya na, chit bhi do tarah da lagda hai Guru Pyaro. For example, Maharaj did a kirpa on us. But before even we go there, let's go for stages. First stage is Guru Mantar Jap. Va Guru, Va Guru, Va Guru. Then with Vaiguruji's kirpa, Panj Shabad will be pragat. The sound of a cricket sound, the rain sound, the water sound, the sound of guitar, right? The sound of rabab or guitar, one and the same thing. The sound of a tabla, right? Those kind of sounds will appear. When you're doing Simran, when your mind is becoming nirmal, is becoming pure, when your thoughts are dying, these kind of sounds you will listen from inside. How would you know whether it is coming from inside or outside? Because if you will close your physical ears with your hands, you will still see the sound. Some people get confused. They say, maybe, my electrical device or something, my fridge has that, a sound, some ringing sound is coming from outside. The easiest way is you can close your ears, right? You can put hands in front of your ears, right? Apne kanna nu band karke, you will hear that from inside. And anyway, initially, for the first few days, it will be very loud. Then home comes, then ego comes, and the sound becomes lighter and lighter. But if you want to continue listening to that sound, you have to do more and more Sas Kiras Simran. So first, the 5 Shabads comes, Panch Shabad. Then after that, After once you start listening to the Panch Shabad, maybe you're listening to one Shabad or the two Shabad or three Shabads, doesn't mean that you will be hearing all the five Shabads. When you will hear these Shabad, Maharaj says what happens after that? Panch Parvan, Panch Pradhan, Panche Pave, Dargah Man, Pancha Sohe Darra Jan, Pancha Kagur, Ek Dhyan. They will become one sound. That sound is called Sahaj Dhun. Tera Mukh Suhava Jio, Sahaj Dhun Bani. So this is all coming because we are doing Vah Guru, Vah Guru, Vah Guru, Vah Guru. After Sahaj Dhun, the time for the Anhat Bani comes. That is a higher state. In that state, how what you will experience? First of all, what you will experience is there is some kind of electrical sounds coming in your eyes. Electrical waves. And that is a nishani that's Anhat Bani is there. Plus, you will experience in your physical life, in your day-to-day life, you will not worry about anything. Or you can say, ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਕਿਸੇ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਾ ਦੁਨਿਆਵੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਪਿਆਰ ਘਟ ਜਾਏਗਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ. Worldly things, you will not be interested in worldly things. People will not be interested in you. Sometimes people say that this person is depressed because that state is very similar. But you will enjoy in Sangat. Wherever Kirtan is there, wherever the Gurmat Vichar is there, wherever the Simran is there, you will enjoy there. But if you'll go to movies, if you will go other places, you will not enjoy. That is a nishani that you are in Anhat Bani. And with Vaheguruji's Kirpa, if we'll start listening to the Sachi Bani, Anhat Bani, if our chit will start going there, then Maharaj says, Anhat Bani, Naad Vajaya. Then the Naad comes. That's the final Shabad which we listen. ਸੱਚੀ ਬਾਣੀ ਸਿਓ ਚਿੱਤ ਲੱਗੇ ਲੇਕਿਨ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਹੋਣਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਜਦੋਂ ਸਾਡਾ ਚਿੱਤ ਲੱਗੇਗਾ ਅਨਹਦ ਬਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਦੋਂ ਸਾਡਾ ਚਿੱਤ ਅਨਹਦ ਬਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਲੱਗੇਗਾ when our mind our consciousness will be connected. What does that mean ਚਿੱਤ ਲੱਗਣਾ ਦੇਖੋ when you are watching a movie, we were giving an example of a movie, and when there are no you are so interested in that movie that there are no other thoughts coming. There's so much involved in that. That is called a chit lag gaya. Film de vich da chit lag gaya. And you're reading a book and there's a very nice story out there which you're reading. Your mind is fully in there. That means tada chit jada kitab di kahani de vich lag gaya. Similarly, we have to focus on the Anhad Bani, on these shabads, Panch Shabad. First, actually, chit you have to put only in the Sahaj Dhun. Panch Shabad, when Panch Shabads are there, they are there that Maharaj is giving you an acknowledgement that you have reached to a certain stage. You don't have to listen to these Anat Shabads because when we listen, try to listen, sometimes a lot of thoughts will come or you will have a headache. That's why we talked about the Sahaj Avastha in the previous sessions, right? So Sahaj Avastha is very important. Till the time you don't go in the Sahaj Avastha, you will not listen to the Sahaj Dhun. Sahaj Dhun is the place where the journey starts, where the Anhad Bani will come, where the Naad will come. Satgur Seve Tangat Mit Pave Har Jio Man Vasaye Sachi Bani Syo Chit Lage. Chit Lagna Shuru ho jayega, fir Anhad Bani de vich, Sahaj Dhun de vich, Avan Jaan Rahaye. So, I'm not going to go further. We have to do Simran also. But at the end of the day, what is required is our mind fully connected with this Sachi Bani. तो किस तरह connect होएगा गुरु प्यारो? By doing the Sangat. Sachi Sangat. Amrit Vela Simran is very important. Even if you are listening for a couple of hours of a Kirtan or listening to the Bani in the Amrit Vela, you will not get that ras, that purity without the Simran. Amrit Vela Simran should be our priority, no matter whatever is happening. Whether even it is a situation of a life and death, there are Gurmukh Pyare who will never leave. And there are examples of the older Gurmukhs. One of the Gurmukh Pyare, his sons died, and when he went to take the bodies of his sons, and he was with the Sangat, 12, the time became 12:30, and they were still doing some police investigation and all that stuff. They all sat down at 12:30 and they started doing the Simran. That is how the Amrit Vela Simran is important. It is very important. Never miss it. Because if you will miss it, you will lose the essence of Vaheguru. So it is whole day, you will feel something is missing. You will not enjoy your day. That's why Simran is the most important thing. Till our last breath, we don't have to leave Simran. And sometimes, some people have questions, oh, I have cough, I have this problem and all. And this will happen, right? COVID is again on the rise. A lot of people will have cough and all. And then that's why we have these AirPods or earphones or headphones. Play a Simran there, put it in your ears and do Antargat Simran in those cases. More Antargat Simran will also make you pure. It will make you close to the Anhad Bani. More Antargat Simran you will do, more closer you will be with the Sachi Bani, Anhad Bani. And that means you will be more closer to the Naad and finally doing the darshan of Vaheguru, Nirankar Vaheguru. Aao ji, assi bhi koshish kariye. That's why we have to always learn from Bhagat Prahlad ji. There's so many shabads, directly or indirectly, in Gurbani about Bhagat Prahlad ji, because he was a very pure soul. And he went through a lots and lots of difficulties. But still, with Vaheguru ji's kirpa, it's all kirpa. At the end of the day, it's all kirpa, all grace. He was connected with Vaheguru ji, Nirankar Vaheguru ji. Aao ji, shuru kariye. We have to say Vah, listen to our voice. Guru, listen to our voice. Vah, tummy in. Guru, tummy out. Aao ji, shuru kariye. Vah, Guru, 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 Vaheguru, 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 Guru, Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru,
Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru,